Hi guys, Jay here, Stretford Paddock. So we've had breaking news. It looks like there's constant breaking news at the minute, isn't there? And I'm doing another one of these stories from my kitchen. So forgive me. Well, you know how it is. We've got to have a live sometimes. I can't always be in the studio. Yeah. In case you haven't heard, the latest news is that Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. Now I can see already in the comments loads of people saying this is more media nonsense. Is this just a load of rubbish? Is this true? All the rest of it. So we'll get into it. I'll get into an explaining of why, who's saying what and why this might have a little bit of smoke or a little bit of fire, to that smoke. Because we've heard these stories before. Ronnie wants to go and all the rest of it. And it usually turns out to be not always true. But perhaps at the minute, there could be something in it because this story first came about with, I think it was Duncan Castles. So Duncan Castles has broken it. You go, okay, you know what? Duncan Castles, is that the most reliable person? No disrespect to Duncan. We've had him on the channel before, but you might look at it and go, he's not tier one. He's a good journalist and not everyone's cup of tea, but he isn't what you class as a tier one journalist. He broke the story about an hour ago, or sorry, 2 hours ago, exclusive. Cristiano Ronaldo has asked to be allowed to leave Manchester United should the club receive a satisfactory offer in the transfer window. There's an article here in the Times. He writes for the Times, and it says there, 37-year-old's decision is driven by a desire to play in the Champions League for the remainder of his career. And then goes on to give us a little bit of a bio about him. He's played 19 consecutive Champions League seasons since leaving Sporting Lisbon for English football in the summer of 2003. So he's always played in the Champions League. And he's been one of the sort of benchmarks of the Champions League. 183 appearances, 140 goals, 42 assists. And he's also, I forget how many times he's won it. He's obviously won it once with United. He's won it a load of times with Real Madrid as well. And the latest is that he wants out. He wants to go and pursue Champions League football elsewhere because he ain't going to get it at Manchester United this season anyway, is he? We're in the Europa League. Jay Frisconi in the Super Chat says, I'm sure CR7 loves United, but given the Europa League, this makes sense. If a player wants to leave United, they're better off gone. Make a good deal and use the proceeds for a long-term replacement. I understand that. I also understand the scepticism. Now, someone here is sort of doing my job for me. Prashan Ali says David Ornstein has confirmed it. Rahul Chowdhury said David Ornstein just confirmed it. Yes, someone says, Jay, can I buy you some new earphones? I'm going to get some new earphones. I will do. Forgive me. Yeah, Ornstein, on the back of what's been said. Now, you may have an opinion on Duncan Castles. I actually quite like Duncan Castles. I think he's all right. He can be a little bit inflammatory at times, but I think he's all right. I had a good chat with him when he was on what was full-time Devils End down in London. Ornstein, who is Mr. Tier 1, he's up there with Romano. There's probably a debate, you talk about whether it's Messi or Ronaldo. Is it Ornstein or Romano who's the most reliable Tier 1 transfer source at the minute? He's tweeted, Cristiano Ronaldo has told Man United he wants to leave this summer, as Duncan Castles reports. 37-year-old said to love club, but doesn't want to play. But wants to play Champions League and fight for top honours in final stage of his career. Doesn't feel likely at Manchester United. Napoli amongst suitors. Ornstein and Adam Crafton. Again, I know Adam is a good lad. Two journalists of the highest calibre. They're backing this. They've got a story as well. Cristiano Ronaldo has told Manchester United he would like to leave if they receive a suitable offer this window. Now, the sort of the twist to this is, the worry thing is, he could end up at Chelsea. He could end up actually playing in the Premier League against us. It says here in The Athletic reported last weekend that Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly, B-O-E-H-L-Y, I don't know how you pronounce that, met with Ronaldo's agent, Jorge Mendes, to discuss his situation and the idea of him switching to Chelsea. Bayern Munich are also thoughts have been told about his situation, while Napoli are understood to be interested. PSG are not currently among the clubs interested in pursuing Ronaldo in this window. So he could end up going to Chelsea. I mean, stranger things have happened. Stockton Floro says, I'm more concerned about who will replace him leaving. Listen, the facts there. The facts are, he wants Champions League football. We haven't got Champions League football. Napoli are interested. Bayern Munich could be a club that he goes to. Chelsea are also interested, and they've spoken to his agent. What do you think? What do you think about this? I'm interested to see as a fan, because it's quite an odd one with Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't it? there's a lot of love for Ronaldo because of what he did the first time round. When he first came to Manchester United, after a few teething problems, one step over too many and all that, he became almost a club legend, pretty much a club legend, won the Ballon d'Or, won the Champions League. You know, he smashed it. And then you look at it now and you think, okay, last season he still scored a lot of goals for us. He was one of the top scorers in the Premier League, which was pretty impressive considering we were sixth. Wasn't a great season by any stretch of imagination. We finished sixth. We didn't win any trophies. We went out of the Champions League with a bit of a whimper to Atletico Madrid. So you would sort of ask yourself, okay, then, you know, what's next for Ronaldo? Is he going to get better, or is he going to be able to maintain that? With Erik ten Hag, you'd think that after the shambles it was last season, he'd still be able to get goals under Erik ten Hag, especially if, as it's been reported, we're bringing in more players. But do we need a bit of a, and I hate using this word because it's been used so many times at Manchester United, I've lost count, sorry, a bit of a reset where Cristiano Ronaldo moves on? Because when you've got Ronaldo, everything goes for him. That's just the way it is. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Hit that like button as well. You might not like the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo could be going, but you can like this video. A little bit of waffle said it's a new start to a new era. Let him go and be thankful we had him. Time to move on. Gulo says I support him leaving because he deserves to finish his career at the top rather than supporting a rebuild. Bricktop says he went missing for big parts of the season. Let's not paper over the cracks. Fair enough. He did go missing a little bit, but he also turned up a lot as well. And he's Cristiano Ronaldo. There's still a part of it that's like, it's Ronaldo in it, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a bit like, should we not try and keep him? I don't know. I am torn because of a part of me that thinks, okay, we need a new era. The one thing I'm worried about, though, who is going to replace him? Because, yes, you can look at it and go, okay, Andy Martial can play down the middle. Marcus Rashford can play down the middle. Even Elanga can play down the middle. Can we rely on them to lead the line for Manchester United? And I'm not so sure. They've all had issues over the last season or so. Elanga's very young. Good player, not a striker, not someone you'd expect to lead the line. Also, towards the end of the season, struggled a bit. I think he went 14 games without a goal. Marcus Rashford, we hear reports he wants to play back on the left. That's his preferred position. He's done okay at times down the middle, but he's obviously not anywhere near the levels that Ronaldo is. Anthony Martial, he was our number 9. Then he had a season where I think he scored 4 goals. Last season, he went to Sevilla, had what can only be discerned as a disastrous loan spell. Didn't score in La Liga and only got, I think, 1 goal in the Europa League. Sam Zed says, honestly, couldn't blame CR7 wanting to leave. Problem is we haven't bought anyone in yet, let alone a potential replacement for CR7. Jay Frasconi in the super chat again. Thanks for your support as well. Both you and Sam. Thanks everyone, and Stockton and everyone who's got involved. Jay Frasconi, regardless of what he wants, you cannot sell him domestically. Bayern Napoli, anywhere on the continent, but another Premier League team has to be a non-starter for the club. Have some pride. Greg Foss says this. Tell you what, Jay, we should be in for Belletti now. 100% Andrea Belletti from Torino. He's available as a free agent, I think. Got a decent goal scoring record. He's no Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not going to pretend he is. But could he be a replacement for him? Could you get someone like him? Simon Andrews said, make it what it is. A player wants to leave. Never mind who it is. Don't be blinded by history. Joyka Trot says, recap, please. I know there's a lot of people who've joined. When I first started this video, there's only a couple of hundred. There's now nearly 2,000. Hit that like button. If you like the fact we've got a video here, you like you watching it, hit the like button. You might not like what's going on, but you can hit that like button because you're watching this video. Come on, show your support for Stretford Paddock. I'm sure you can appreciate the work we all put in. Although we enjoy it. It's not really work, is it? Chatting about football. Yeah, I'll give you a little recap. The sort of story broke 2 hours ago. Duncan Castles, he did the story that Manchester United had been told, or that Cristiano had said he wants to leave Manchester United. He said, it's time for me to leave. That was the breaking news. Cristiano Ronaldo was asked to be allowed to leave Manchester United should the Premier League receive a satisfactory offer in the transfer window. The Portugal player believes he has 3 or 4 years left at the highest level of the game and would like to spend them at a club where he's capable of adding to his team and individual achievements. The state of disrepair at United, it says at United, but I think it's at United. Bit of typo there. In the Times, you know, up your game. That place faith in, then dismissed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Oh, sorry, no, it does make sense. Forgive me. United, that placed faith in, then dismissed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralph Rangnick last season, is such that Ronaldo no longer views his future to be at Old Trafford. According to close friends, Ronaldo's affection and respect for United support remains as strong as ever. In addition to pursuing a transfer on sporting grounds, however, there are personal reasons for leaving Manchester United. And this is a bit of a sort of, you know, for me, it's hard to argue. for leaving Manchester after a difficult period for his young family. I think he suffered the loss of a child, didn't he? Cristiano Ronaldo. I think his partner gave birth to twins, I believe, and one of them unfortunately passed away. I understand that there's if he's saying and his friends are saying he's had a difficult time with his young family, it's one of the reasons he wants to move on. Not the only reason, but part of it. It's difficult to argue that one. You may look at it and go, okay, on the football side of things, Ronaldo, we want you to stay. You may look at it and go, how are we going to replace him? That's my main concern. It's not the Ronaldo going, it's how we're going to replace him, because there's not an abundance of top strikers out there who can go and lead the line for Manchester United. Jason McMillan says, Jay, CR7 wages freed up could help bring in Anthony and Belay. Good point. Maybe you do. Maybe you get in Anthony and Belay. Alex Belton says, Jay, could you see a Neymar for Ronaldo swap deal? Messi, Mbappe and Ronnie. God help everyone. I don't know. It's weird with Neymar, and me and Scotty were talking about this on him. I doubt it, I'll be honest with you. I very much doubt it. I think PSG, according to reports, aren't in for him. They're not in for him. This was from The Athletic. They said PSG are not currently among the clubs interested in pursuing Ronaldo in this window. So, whilst you make a good point, that would be, a bit of a tasty trio, wouldn't it? And Messi, Mbappe and Ronnie at Paris. I don't see that happening. Apparently, according to The Athletic, that isn't going to happen. Scott, who says, Jay, Bayern have already bolted the chance to sign him and not interested, and he wouldn't sign for Napoli after playing for Juve. He's got a Chelsea. He wouldn't sign for Napoli after playing for Juve. Would he not? He was going to go to City after playing for United, wouldn't he? So, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he would go to Napoli. I just still think with Ronnie, the fact that, what did he get last season? Let me just have a recap. Was it about 18 Premier League goals last season or something? Let me have I should know this off the top of my head. Forgive me. But yeah, the fact it's Cristiano Ronaldo, he is one of the biggest stars on the planet. He is one of the top players of all time. He scored 18 Premier League goals last season in 30 appearances for a team that finished sixth. He scored 24 goals in all competitions in 38 appearances. That's not too shabby. I get it's 37 until he's 38. So he's not getting any better. He's not improving. He's obviously, his life's going to get more difficult, but he's still got a lot to offer. He's still one of the biggest names in football. He's still one of the best names in football. Andy Tate in the chat says, would not blame him as he wants a better life. Yeah, I'm not going to be angry towards Ronnie. My only sort of gripe, a little bit of a gripe, is the fact that it's leaving us a limited amount of time to pursue, or less time to pursue another striker. I don't think he's left us in the lurch. But, maybe we could have found this out as soon as Ten Hag arrived, or maybe he's waited. He's been mulling it up. Andy Tate also says we still hold his contract. I don't see us keeping hold of Ronaldo if he wants to go and someone wants him to go. I don't see that happening. I think that if someone comes in for him with the right money, we'll let him go. And, there's a good relationship there between Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo, and I don't see us throwing that away and trying to force him to stay. We sort of not did that a little bit, but we convinced him to stay, didn't we? In 2008, 2009. He wanted to leave the end of 2008 after we won the Champions League. We said no. Fergie sort of convinced him, give us another season. He gave us another season. We won another title. We got to another Champions League final, although it didn't really happen, did it, in Rome, unfortunately. And then he left and he went to Real Madrid for 80 million quid or whatever it was. This is a little bit different now. I think if he really wants to go and if someone comes in for him, I don't see United trying to convince him. I think you can almost understand it that a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, with that pedigree in the Champions League, it says it in the Times article, 183 appearances in the Champions League, 140 goals, 42 assists. I mean, that is a ridiculous record. Whichever way you look at it, I think that's more appearances in the Champions League than City have had in their lifetime. He is Mr. Champions League, isn't he? So 37 years old, he wants to go. Someone else is saying, Garrett T says De Jong won't sign now. I don't know. That De Jong sort of deal is reliant on Cristiano Ronaldo staying. It might sway him a little bit. It might look and go, you're losing one of your best players. But let's not forget, we're talking about a 37-year-old. He turns 38 in February. So he's not like, this isn't Cristiano Ronaldo who's in the prime of his life. He's in his declining years. I know he's still got a lot to offer. I just said that. He scored 24 goals last season. But you have to wonder, don't you, if he is going to attract the sort of bids that you would expect with a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, or Is it going to be slim pickings? We've heard that Chelsea are interested in. We heard that Napoli are interested in him. Bayern Munich, perhaps. That may depend on what happens with Robert Lewandowski. There's talk of him going to Barcelona, of course. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I'll just note at the moment in time, Cristiano Ronaldo told Manchester United he wants to leave Manchester United Football Club. And if someone comes in with an offer for him, the chances are, the likelihood is, he will be moved on. He wants to carry on playing Champions League football. He isn't going to get it at Manchester United, so he wants to go to a club where he can get it. Napoli, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich are the three clubs that are being linked with him. Looks like there could be something in the Napoli one. Potentially Chelsea, because Jorge Mendes met with the Chelsea owner not long ago. Bayern Munich, slightly less likely, although there could be a bit of movement there depending on what happens with Robert Lewandowski. I'll get into some of the chat and some of the comments. Slash the Second says Fabrizio hasn't mentioned anything. Andrew Corbett 96 says Welbeck. Yes, I'd have Welbeck. Someone else saying there, Gary Richard says we don't have a striker though. Luka Jovic says Dominic Gahad-Ezekwa. Sadiq Rahman says he has still scored more than 20 field goals in the Premier League. Bokar talking about Greenwood. There's a few questions about Greenwood. As far as you know, the case is ongoing. That's why I've not been commenting on it, because, you know, whilst it's ongoing, I've been told, or, you know, from the people that know the best about these things, it's better not to get involved and comment on it. What we do know for a fact, that isn't even an opinion or a comment, is that at the moment, Mason Greenwood, you know, isn't training with Manchester United while this is all going on. And one opinion I'll give you is that I'll be very surprised if Mason Greenwood carries on playing for Manchester United. May well have seen him play his last game for Manchester United. So, and I certainly don't think we can go, okay, it's going to be Mason Greenwood coming in from Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that's nonsense. So we're going to have to buy someone. We're going to have to buy a striker. And a striker to replace Cristiano Ronaldo isn't going to be easy. Yes, he's not the Cristiano Ronaldo that he was, but he's still our top scorer. He's still one of the best players, or he is one of the best players in the Premier League. He is. Yes, he's declining. He's scored 18 Premier League goals. He's right up there in the Premier League top scorers last season in a team that finished sixth. So it's not like he's a spent force completely. He isn't. Flex says Ronaldo not leaving. He loves Greggs. That's a good point. He does love Greggs. I've heard that myself. So maybe he isn't leaving. Basil just says goodbye, Peter. So to be honest, mate, Ronaldo is the GOAT, and if he wants to bail, let him go. It's going to take 3 seasons to bring in the players we need and get rid of the players that need to go. Yeah, let him go. Michael G says Charlie McNeil. I love Charlie McNeil, and I think one day he could have a very, very bright future at Manchester United. I don't think it'll be next season, though. Certainly not every week. He might get his debut next season. But yeah, a few years from now, I think Charlie McNeil will be a big star. Ad says Kane, then it's obvious. Adam here says could Lautaro Martinez be available? Osimhen, sorry. Zinedine Ahmed says Ronaldo would bang 40 at Bayern. Street Soul Lover says Patrick Schick. Anyone? Joel Eaton says blessing in disguise. It's all part of rebuilding it. This has happened with other players. We've lost Paul Pogba. I'm not going to get into that debate. Big name. We've lost Edinson Cavani, lost Jesse Lingard, lost Juan Mata, lost Nemanja Matic. All these players either nearly 30 or the wrong side of 30. Cristiano Ronaldo, for different reasons, obviously wanted to keep him, but for different reasons, it looks like he's moving on because he's told the club he wants to leave. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks to everyone that got involved in the chat and the comments. Thanks for all your support, Stretford Paddock. Nearly 2 years now we've been doing this since we took over Full-Time Devils. We bought the channel, and I can't thank you enough for all the fantastic support we've had from you guys. It really has been phenomenal. I've been Jay Motti. This has been a breaking news update that Cristiano Ronaldo has told Manchester United that he wants to leave. It's breaking news. You've had it confirmed by Ornstein as well. It was Duncan Castles who broke it. Then Ornstein got involved as well, and he's backed it. So it looks like it could be Cristiano Ronaldo heading out of Old Trafford. Don't forget to give us a like. Don't forget to give us a subscribe as well. Hit that subscribe button, and do check out the other videos on the channel. We've got a video coming out tomorrow looking at Anthony. So that could be quite apt, especially considering that it looks like Cristiano Ronaldo's on his way. Maybe Anthony could be someone who comes in. I know he plays slightly differently. Comes in that front line as well. Also, I think you've got Joe's transfer review as well that's just gone up, so make sure you're checking that one out. I've been Jay Motti. This has been Stretford Paddock with breaking news. Cristiano Ronaldo looks like he's on his way out. Thanks for watching.